It was Saturday, the 9th of December, 2023, the day of my little brother's middle school district wrestling tournament. It is his 8th grade year, so it was his last chance to place in the top 4 wrestlers, which he had not done in the previous 2 years. It was his main goal to place in the top 4. I remembered my 8th grade year and how nervous I was leading up to the tournament. What I also remember, however, is how reassuring it was to know that I had my dad and my coaches in my corner to help me get ready. Since my dad was out of town on this particular weekend, I wanted to step in and help my brother, Pax, as much as I could. After the first 2 rounds, he hadn't yet wrestled a match because of forfeits. Because of that, he hadn't stayed warm from warm-ups a few hours before. What I had learned from playing sports my whole life is that getting a good warm-up helps to make you feel better physically. In an article from NASM, it states, "A good warm-up will increase the blood flow, elevate the heart rate, and prepare the body for more intense movement. Dynamic stretching meets those requirements and prepares the body for exercise by improving the extensibility of the muscles that are stretched, improving joint range of motion, and improving the ability of all muscle groups to function properly together. All critical components in performing at your highest level." This shows why a good warm-up before an athletic activity is essential for preparing your body. It helps to maximize one's athletic ability and prepare them to exert a large amount of energy without fatigue or injury. With that knowledge, I offered to personally help my brother warm up on the designated warm-up mats. We went through a full dynamic warm-up, including stretching, running, and even wrestling-specific activities to get him sweating. But I made sure to keep reminding him about the mental approach to wrestling as well. I told him to have fun, wrestle hard, and stay aggressive. I could see that he was very focused and ready to compete. I was confident in him, and I was proud of my method of preparation for him. Sure enough, he dominated his opponent in his first match, and I was ecstatic. So we continued to do the same routine for his next 3 matches, while also spending the majority of our time throughout the day working on fixing his mistakes from the previous matches and watching the film to learn as well. Throughout the day, I could see that he was bought into the process. His only loss came in the semifinals match when he lost to a 2-time state champion who had just moved here from New Mexico. We knew this would be a hard match beforehand, but he still wrestled hard and put up a fight. After suffering that tough loss in the semifinals, I was worried he would let that moment affect him in his next matches. When most kids would have lost confidence and let the loss affect them mentally, Pax remained confident and motivated. He shook off the loss and continued to look forward to his goal. He won his next 2 matches decisively and placed 3rd in the tournament. I was extremely proud of my brother, and I was proud of his hard work and his willingness to do the little details. He was always doing something to get better, before, during, and after his match. While Pax's teammates looked at their phones or took naps in the stands, he made sure to stay focused. He watched his upcoming opponents, he watched his own matches, and learned from his mistakes. He went the extra mile to make sure he had the advantage over his opponents. Pax deserved that 3rd place medal, and I truly believe it was his heart and effort that earned him that. As I heard the announcer shout his name as a 3rd place finalist, I was surprised to feel tears come into my eyes. At that moment, I found a new perspective on life. I was so proud and happy to have played a role in someone else's success. I wasn't in it for me. I didn't care about my recognition or if people knew that I helped Pax that day. I wasn't concerned with my personal benefit. But instead, I felt the sense that these moments in life can be more fulfilling than I thought possible. I realized that seeing someone you love succeed in life and accomplish their goals can be just as fulfilling as any personal accomplishment. I was so happy that my brother had achieved what he wanted, and I got to experience about what it feels like to be a mentor, to be involved and dedicated in other people's success and not my own. Seeing my brother do great things was very rewarding, and it proved well worth my time. I'm grateful I got to be a part of something special, and I'm so proud of my little brother Pax.